would say, oh, thank you, but I'm thinking, please stop talking about it. Because when you think about the work that Samaritan does, how they go into people's lives at the worst time, and they bring into that this peace and love and warmth, nothing compares to that. While I may think my work is wonderful, it doesn't compare to that type of work. And no offense to you, but everything that you do in your job, nothing compares to this life's work of people who work in a hospice. So really, all the honor goes to Samaritan. Joe and I have been attending this gala for, I think, 10 years consecutively. And every year, you see people who were there who weren't there the year before. And we would say, oh, why are you here? What's your connection to Samaritan? And every time, we would then hear this story that they had about their Samaritan experience. And it was like the people would change, and they would start telling us these moments they had that they couldn't believe happened, and they couldn't believe how this organization came into their life and changed everything. And I know that many, many, many of you here, you know what I'm talking about. You've had that experience. And all those years, they were telling us this, and we thought it was wonderful, and we could see the passion, but we didn't have a Samaritan story. We didn't have one. And then we got one. So, 4 years ago, my father was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And many of you here met my father, know him, they have known him well. If you didn't know him, you would have liked him. He was a typical Irishman. He liked to drink Jamesons. If you were at a bar having Jamesons with him and someone started to sing, that would be a really good night. So you would have liked him. And I say that because what I'm going to tell you is a little odd. It's not like all of those stories that we heard, but it just goes to show how much honor and good Samaritan does. So he went through 18 months of treatment, and it was hell. It was like hell. Doctors made mistakes. People were rude and obnoxious. It was just unbelievable that this was part of his story. So this one Tuesday, my mom and dad and my sister went to the oncologist, and the oncologist said, okay, we're done. We've done everything we could. There's nothing more that we can do. And even though we've gone through 18 months of this hell, it's shocking. You're like, oh, no, this can't be happening. And so it was really hard, as you can imagine, to take. So I called Marianne, saying, we have no idea what to do. What do we do? And she was very calm, as she always is, and said, okay, this is what we do. We'll send someone out. That's step one. So the next day, this lovely woman comes, and as we're waiting for her, I remember thinking, wow, what a job she has. When she's walking up to the door, is she thinking, I know that behind this door is misery and deep sadness, but I'm bringing in info and resources and all these tools, and I can help these people when they think there is no help. And what a tremendous feeling that must be when you're going into a room thinking how much you can change what's happening. So she comes in, and as she's talking to my dad, who even though they're saying his time is up, he's in the living room sitting in a chair. At one point he said to us, I don't think that doctor was right. So he didn't seem ill. So she's talking, and he says, oh, wait, we're fine. My family's here, my daughter-in-law's a nurse practitioner. We're good. Thank you, but we're good. And we're like, well, what's he talking about? And he even said, when you came here, and if other Samaritan workers come here, is your sign on your car door? Will the neighbors know? And we were like, what? What is he talking about? Now, you have the hospice worker sitting there who knows what difference she can make in his life. And I'm thinking, what is she going to say? How is she going to convince him and persuade him? And what she said was, okay, Mr. Malley, whatever it is you need, if you need something, you let me know. And that was it. So what she did was, she gave my dad power, and she gave him respect, when he hadn't had that for 18 months. And she didn't talk to my mom, and they worked things out, but that was it. That was the end of her conversation with him, and that's exactly what he needed. That was a better gift than all of the other times when people would tell us what the gift was that they gave to that Samaritan gave to them. That was better. Because they gave him something, they let him do what he wanted, which was nothing. That is why Samaritan deserves all of the honor that we can give them. That's why we're all here tonight, to celebrate this organization that does so much for so many people. So I'm glad you're here so we can honor Samaritan. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for being here. Good night.